Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let me just set you down real quick. I don't know where I'm going to be uploading this video because I'm going to be smoking a cigarette on camera. But that's just how I am. It is Saturday, the day that I remain in my pajamas. That's right. And my robe. And I'm just chilling like a villain or whatever. How you doing? I don't know why, but I just felt like talking about this because I've noticed this being a thing. Like, over the past, over the entire time that I've been living by myself, people get fucking jealous as a bitch. I'm like, bro, I dropped the F and the B bombs. Ba-bomb, ba-bomb, ba-bomb. Ooh, and I can see my gray hair too. Yay. Anywho, yay. Yeah, I noticed that. Like, okay. I mean, granted, I'm on the second floor of the house that I've always lived in. I used to rent this out. I had worked on it manually for 16 years, prepping it for new tenants, which is great. I love having those skills. This way I can actually prep it for myself and even, go further and either get artsy or DIY or both. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, heck yeah. About to upgrade this shit for real. Like, no, bro. But I'm saying, though, people get jealous. And I'm not talking about, people who are online. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, neighbors. Okay, this is my specific situation because I'm still in the same house, just on a different floor, right? Just like you could be in a specific apartment building and move into another apartment within the same building. It's kind of the same thing, that sort of situation. Yeah. And because of that, you still got all the same people around you. And because of this, you might run into issues with their jealousy. Some of them, not all of them, but like maybe one or two or three people, like that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to get paranoid up in here, all right? It's not all about us. The world does not revolve around us, but we do tend to notice things when they happen, when we hear them, when we see them, and we're like, Lord and Lady, why? Why on Goddess's green mother is this going on, honey? I feel like being silly. And myself. I don't care. That's right. Well, they get jealous. There's one neighbor next door. Excuse me. Behind me. Over that way. Over yonder. She is mad jealous. Like, when I met her, I was 37 at the time. And she said she was 36. I do a Google search on her, and lo and behold, she's older than me. Oh my God. She's still living with her dad. She does not work. They rent out the second floor fine, but legit, she does not work. Like, she's got no job. She ain't self-employed for real, legit. She ain't running no online or offline business. Nothing of that nature. She does nothing for a living. Why do I know? Because I could hear her in the backyard at all hours, drinking and stinking and just being a whole mess on her own. I'm just going to leave it at that, humbun. That's one of them. And when I was still living downstairs before the pandemic happened and wiped out my online business that I'd run for 14 years, she'd sit there in the backyard drinking and stinking. Drinking and stinking, honey. And she'd be saying stupid shit like, oh, she don't run a real business. And she ain't talking to nobody on the phone. She don't have anybody over. Nothing. And she'd just be sitting there like, oh, she don't have a real business. Because she would be hearing me. And she'd be able to hear me because the room that I was in literally had only one pane in the window when it's a double pane. So, yeah, she could hear, like, legit everything I'm doing, which made shit creepy and uncomfortable as it was. But she had to go ahead and comment on shit. I'm like, whatever. I'd be on my headset talking to people. Okay. Or I'd be talking to myself out loud or thinking out loud, however you want to put that. And, like, generally I would do that just to kind of get through the, tasks in the daily, that sort of thing. Like, did I miss this? Did I get this? Da-da-da-da-da. Like, that sort of thing. Not talking into thin air like somebody's there with me going, oh, she ain't got no business. She doesn't talk like that, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, whatever. Jealous. I'm up here now. And even though I got both panes and all my windows. Thank God isn't God. Late at night at times, because it is so quiet in this neighborhood, you could hear a pin drop. I could hear her out there talking to herself. Not on the phone, nobody's over. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Ay, 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 the stuff she would say. I'm not even going to get into it. All I know is that she is still fucking mad jealous. Oh my God. When I'm here in the kitchen, I got my window open because when I'm cooking, sometimes, you gotta let the steam out. I don't have a vent on top of my stovetop, right? So I gotta open a window up. I open a window. It's 10:24 at night. And I literally, all the way from the other end of my apartment, aka the house, I can hear her say, I fucking hate that bitch. And she was screaming. She was screaming it. I'm like, what? Okay, what brought that on? Is it because I have my window and you could smell my cooking? And while I'm cooking, I'm actually vlogging it without posting it. So I could take notes. That's how I take notes now. Either pictures or video. That's how I take notes. This way I can remember what I did and I could just do it, and I could do it again, but like more professionally, that sort of thing. But yeah, anywho, that's another topic. And I'd be talking into the camera about what I'm doing specifically, when what I'm using, etc. goes down the line. And out of nowhere, smack dab out of the middle of the blue, I hear, I fucking hate that bitch. I'm like, bro, have an edible or something. For the love of Goddess and God. Like, wow. I don't dig on cannabis like that. That's not my thing, but some people need it. So I'm just saying. I don't know. But that was a little bit weird. Because I'm all the way at this end of the house. I'm not even at that end of the house, and I could hear her. I'm like, why? It almost threw me off, but I still kept going anyway, taking my notes via video. But in my mind, I'm just like, why? Honestly, what purpose does this serve? And I guess the whole point of my rambling on is the fact that the better that you do in life, the more jealousy and hate you're going to get from all kinds of people. I'm not saying it's going to be happening from everywhere, because you got people who actually have goals and are working on them, just like you are, which is great. That's a beautiful thing, dude. Definitely link up with those people, because that's like the best network, the best tribe that you can have. All right? Really. Other than that, it's like, psh, you got those few that just sit on their butts, doing nothing, living off of somebody's rent money, drinking and stanking at all hours. Henny. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And it's like, you can be jealous of me all you want, but you're not taking action toward making your life better. So I don't really understand, and I'm not going to try to understand, because that's for a licensed professional to understand. That's not for me. Whew. Anywho, y'all have a blessed day. And I also want to say happy Mother's Day to everybody. Like I posted earlier, to all the moms, okay, to all the dads who pulled double duty, to all the pet moms, to all the spiritual mamas and the community mamas, all of y'all. I love you and appreciate you very much. You are valued and you are needed. I love you. And don't let any jealous person who is filled with hatred and anger make you think that their internal battle is about you, because it's not, sweetie. Much love and light. Take care. Blessed be.